Okay, everyone, it's been a while since I've had the time to sit down and do a video and look at it, different things to do. And there's a project I want to do, but I need to actually uh, take my design and cut it out and see if my design actually works before I present that. But in the meantime, I'm going to do this one, and it's along the lines of applying text to path. Now, a while back, I was trying to find this example where somebody said, "How do I get the text to curve around the top of this image?" That was well, that's pretty easy. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to show you the end result, and I'm going to try and duplicate that. So let me just set this up here. And okay, so I want to create this. So this graphic, I can't actually publish it because it's licensable, but it does show uh, what this person wanted. So they had some kind of sunrise, sunset logo, and then not exactly this text, but this text um, around like this. And we said, well, remove the background. Well, if you start with an image um, like this sunrise here and some text, and you get the text to flow nicely around the image, is actually pretty easy. So let's switch over to LightBurn. So there's my sunrise, and there's my text. And this text is a free font called Kimberly. You can download it from defonts.com and look for Kimberly. You can find that one. So the first thing you want to do, so you want to look at this uh, graphic here and figure out how wide is it. So it's 98.552 millimeters. So the easiest way to do the next step is I take a template layer, a T1 or T2, doesn't matter. Select my ellipse from the shapes menu, and I just hold down the shift key and draw my ellipse. Now remember, this was 98.552, so I want to go a little bit bigger than that. So I'm going to take this, make sure this is set to lock and they're both the same. And I'm just going to change it to 100. Okay, so the first thing people do is, okay, I'll take my template circle and I'm just going to center it on my image. So I select both, select center. Wait a minute, that didn't work. Why? Because it's centered on there. So when I was doing this, I go, well, how do I do this? Well, I'm going to take oops, keep doing this. I'm going to take my circle, I'm going to bring it down to about where I think it's probably going to sit. Okay. So there's my. Now, if I had an actual full circle sun with all the rays showing up, uh, then this would be a lot easier. But I find this is something you have to play with a little bit. So the next step is you take your text and hold down shift key, select your template circle, and then right click and go apply path to text. Wait a minute, that didn't go where I wanted it to go. And this is what some people are doing. They're going, well, it should be on the top. Well, the problem is the starting point is not where you think it is. So the text starts because it's middle, right? So the circle starts over somewhere in here. So how do I fix that? Well, first thing I want to do is I want to check out some settings with my text. Now, right now it's at the bottom, but normally it goes in the middle and then it overwrites your graphic. Now, the other option is top, and that goes top of the text to the circle. I know it sounds a little counterintuitive. You think, well, top it should go to above the circle, but it doesn't. So that's why I had it set at bottom. Now, one thing you can do is oops, don't want to move that. You can take your circle, your template, you can manually rotate it to get it where you want. Okay, but I'm going to put that back. But if you want the text centered on the top, the best way is to just select your circle, your template circle, and go. Now you can do it a couple ways. You can rotate it 90 degrees here. Okay. Or you can take your circle and go arrange, rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Either way works. Now, if you find your template circle still a little bit small, you select your circle, and now because the lock is on, a cool way to do this, I found this a while ago, is just take your one dimension, add 10, and it adds 10, and you want to make sure that the circle, that's like my circle here, is still centered vertically on, oops, wrong, see I did it again, vertically on your logo. And then when you preview this, there's the preview. Kind of cool, right? Okay, so another thing that you can do, if this was a full, if I were to take this graphic here and let's see if I duplicate it, oops, duplicate, and I take this and I flip it vertically, and oops, wrong one. I want this one. And I line it up here, and I can merge these two together. Should be able to weld it together. There you go. Now, if you wanted this sunshine camping to be underneath, what you do is you take your template circle and you go arrange, flip vertical. But now, because it's on the bottom, right, the bottom of the text of the circle, you now have to take your text, you have to switch it to top. So that wasn't in my picture, but you can see how when I preview this, it's out now below my circle, and makes a nice graphic. I actually kind of like that. Okay, so that's what you need to understand about those applying text to path, from path to text, is your shape, right, is not always, the starting point is not always where you think it is. Okay, that's the first one I wanted to show you, and plays with that text a little bit. The next one is this one. Once again, this graphic here is not free, but it has a nice example for what I want to do. So here, once again, you go, well, wait a minute, this is not a rotate 90 degrees correct. So how did I do this? Well, let's go to my other one. So there's the graphic, and there's my text. Now, once again, I need a template circle. So I'm going to select my template tool and go grab my ellipse icon and shift. And now I kind of set it in here somewhere. You want to get it as even as you can. Okay. So the next thing is, once again, you select your text, hold down the shift key, select your template circle, and apply path to text. Now it's in about the right spot, but I'm noticing a couple things. One, the text on my image, you see the letters are separated a little bit. So this is something that when you're doing these apply text to path and you have non-linear path to apply the text to, your font may not work. So once again, this is a different one. This is Quicksilver. Once again, it's a free font. I downloaded from thefont.com. And what I want to do first is I want to make my letters bigger. So there's this horizontal space, and you can just, I think I made this about 15, maybe 20 is fine. Okay. So now my template circle is not correct. Now, no point in rotating this 90 degrees, but if you knew exactly what that angle of this logo was, then you could make that work. But what I did is I just simply selected my template circle and I just rotated it so that it's about even. Right? And that's what I ended up with. Okay. Now you want a little more separation on your text. Once again, you can just select your text. You can see that as long as this is active, right? And now that probably looks a little better. Okay. Well, that's kind of where people are often getting confused about path to text. I'm going to try and do another one. I'm going to try and create something similar to like a sine or cosine or tangent curve and apply text to that and see how that works. So hopefully that comes out soon. For now, take care. If you like what you see, subscribe or send me a note of something that you want to see, and I will do my best to see if I can help you out with designing in LightBurn. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.